So 2 years already after it started, House lawmakers are questioning why an investigation into ex-CIA Director David Petraeus is not done yet. They want to know if someone hacked into an email account of a top CIA spy, allowing Petraeus' biographer, Paula Broadwell, to access top-secret information. Well, this after the two admitted to a romantic affair. Attorney General Eric Holder last addressing this case back in April. Well, now Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz writing a letter to the Attorney General saying in part, while I appreciate the diligence of career investigators and prosecutors at DOJ, I find the timeline of this investigation to be increasingly perplexing and suspicious. Congressman Chaffetz is on the House Oversight Committee, where he chairs the Subcommittee on National Security, and he is my guest today on this. Perplexing and suspicious in what way, Congressman?
Well, remember, he's the director of the CIA. He was not the director of the Fish and Wildlife or something like that. And what's so perplexing about this is that initially the Department of Justice was investigating the director of the CIA, but never told the president, never informed Congress that there may have been a breach of security. This continues on to the election, then like literally days after the election, he resigns, he steps down, but he has this cloud over him. And for this investigation to continue for 2 years, for somebody who's had this stellar record, who's been a national hero, to have that continue to have that cloud over his head, I think is wrong. It is also convenient because now it's very difficult for the United States Congress, particularly the Select Committee on Benghazi and others, to be able to talk to General Petraeus because there's a quote-unquote ongoing investigation.
Okay, so what are you suspecting is the reason behind it?
Well, 3 times, once to the FBI director, twice to Attorney General Holder himself in front of a committee, 2 letters that I've sent saying, please, is there something more nefarious going on here? Is there a real breach of security? They should be informing the Congress of that. Or are they simply holding this over his head? I mean, why does this continue on for more than 2 years? It's just time to get on with it one way or the other. Either prosecute him or lift that cloud of suspicion off his head.
All right. So is it your understanding that as long as this investigation remains open, that General David Petraeus cannot testify before the Select Committee on Benghazi?
It creates all of this hesitation, both from the Department of Justice and the administration, as well as General Petraeus himself, and the reluctance to say, well, I can't give you that information. We can't get into it yet. We can't answer questions yet because there's an ongoing investigation. But 2 years? Do one or the other. Right. Fish or cut bait.
Well, and you know why this is so important, obviously, Congressman, is because the general changed his story on Benghazi.
Yeah. There's got to be a way in which Congress can interact with somebody who has a very unique perspective. And it's not just about Benghazi, it's also about a host of other issues. But he has a very unique perspective as the former director of the CIA. His firsthand account of this is vital for Congress to be able to do its job.
Well, I don't know if this is good news or bad news, Congressman, but we also reached out to the Department of Justice for a statement about your letter, and we also did not receive a response back. Congressman, always good to have you on the show. See you soon.
Thanks, Gretchen.